Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is November 26, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at stocks with very high short ratio. So as many of you know, when the short ratio is high, there is a very good chance the stock can go higher and squeeze those short sellers. So we'll take at such stocks here and see which ones we can buy and look at the ways to identify what's a good short squeeze candidate. So with that, let's quickly look at the market and jump into the short squeeze candidates. Look, from a market perspective, Dow Jones Industrial Average has been going up since October. As you can see here, right from October, market is going higher. And same story, S&P 500 also, right from October, there is some chance it's going higher. And Nasdaq, which is weaker of the segments, also going higher, but slightly in a lower pace. And Russell small cap is going well, and we got Japanese market going well, Nikkei, and so on and so forth, as you can see here. And look, the VIX is dying down. At this time, mainly Fed is kind of in a mode of reducing the pace of increase of the interest rates. That's why I think there is some chance that we might have reached the bottom and slowly will start crawling higher, assuming everything else will go well from a geopolitical perspective. That's why there is hope in the market, and folks are really bidding up stocks like the Dow Jones Industrial Stocks. S&P is also going high, Russell is going high, but Nasdaq, as you can see, is still going high, but at a lower clip, as you can see here. At this time, case can be made the worst is behind us, and we can go into a market where market will show some progress. Probably the decline is over. You can't expect too much progress, mainly because Fed is going to still increase the rates, but they will lower the amount of rate hikes they will do, and the extent in which they will increase the rates, that will come down. That's why there is some hope in the market. Market can slowly start grinding higher. So with that, as you look through the short squeeze, one of my favorite scanner to look at the short squeeze is Finviz, as many of you know here. In Finviz, I have elite membership, as you can see here, which comes in handy. You don't have nagging advertisements, and also you can download the entire data to your Excel spreadsheet like I'm doing, and you can do analysis. And look, I got my screener here, and I have my preset, or I have saved my filters here. Look, I got here short interest. The moment I go to short interest, it brings up a good short interest. Because I got elite, I can click on what columns I want to see. Look, for this here, I've selected a few columns here. As you can see here, only those columns will show up. So that's the benefit of having an elite membership. In addition to the data, which is real-time data, you don't need to wait for 15 minutes to get the latest data. With Finviz Elite, you get the latest data. I will leave a link. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you have any questions, do let me know. So with that out of the way here, look, from a short ratio perspective, look, we got here the short ratio here. Look, short float. Look, short float perspective, we got APRN or blue apron, very high short ratio, and look, it's a very low price stock here, just $1. As you can see here, stock has been coming down. Even after market, it came down by 5%. Look, this one has got from a float perspective, low floater, just 12.93 million shares float. And look, insiders are selling, institutions are selling. Not a great story. That's why stock is not going higher. So we got few more here. As you can see, we got Mullen, and this one, as you can see here, there's a short ratio of 41, and it's also afterwards it's going higher, as you can see here. And this one is just a 20-cent stock. If you are interested in penny stocks, you could look at it. typically I try to avoid the penny stocks because it's a pure gamble, especially because these stocks can be manipulated too much because they got very low market cap, as you can see here. All right, so with this background here, if you want to subscribe to Finviz, or if you don't have Finviz, if you want a free Finviz, Finviz is free, for everybody. But if you want elite, if you want to look at your own customs view, like I've done here, you can get the elite membership. I think it's about $25 or so per month. It's pretty good if you don't have any scanner. It's worth looking into the scanner. Otherwise, you can pretty much do your analysis with the free tool. That is, you cannot download the data like I'm doing, but I think free tool also works. That's the one tool I use. The other tool you can also use is Fintel. As many of you know here, Fintel is good when it comes to short data, and they do a lot of good things here. So if you're in Fintel, you can do a couple things here. Look, you could go into right here shorts, and you can look at short squeeze US, and they basically bring up a nice short squeeze leaderboard here. You could look at these things here and look at the short squeeze leaderboard. They got Getty images, as you can see here, and look, there's a short change and so on and so forth. And you could also look at typically I typically look at a couple things here. You can look at short squeeze US like I'm doing here, or if you want to look at the big shorts, you could do that too. You could go into the big shorts here. It will bring up a big shorts here. Big shorts is not a good one here because it goes into all these big ETFs. I think your best bet is to go into the short squeeze US here. It will kind of tell you the stock with the high short float. As you can see here, it kind of gives you a short squeeze score. Basically, Fintel is pretty good in coming up with the short squeeze score. Look, it gives you a short squeeze score, tells you stocks like Getty, MTLX, and so on and so forth. They got a good chance of going into short squeeze, and they also give a good job telling about the short fee, as borrow fee. As you can see here, the higher the borrow fee, folks will be afraid to borrow. And of course, they also have a short float, as you can see here. You could look at that too. And you could also look at other things here. Normally what I would love to do is I would love to look at the scanner here. They got a nice looking scanner. Look, you could go into workbench scanner here, and you could write your own query. That's what I like to do. It's a pretty good scanner. Look, as you go into this scanner here, it tells you a couple things here, but you don't need to worry about what they have here. You could start putting your things here. Look, you could start with the information they gave here, and you could build on. For example, for the short squeeze here, I could select couple things here. I got a pre-built screen here. I can go into my data here. Look, I have a small short screen. I can just cut and paste this one here and go from there. I can just cut this, and I think this should be good enough for me. I can cut this and go into Fintel here and just paste it. All right, so that's pretty much. Now you can click on get results. It will kind of give you the results here. Look, it's bringing up all these short squeeze candidates here. And I got a bunch of data here. Look, it's crunching the data here. There is a short float and so on and so forth. And if you want to do some ordering here, look, right now it's not ordered. You can just say order buy and just say short float. And you can say short percent float here, and you should be good to go. It's one of the good screener, but as usual, the data when it comes to short squeeze, it's always you should check multiple sources so that way you don't get burned with the data itself. And as usual, look at a chart before you make decisions, so that way you don't get distracted or you don't get burned out. So let's do one thing here. Looks like it doesn't like this order by float here. All right, let's let's do one thing. Let's probably it's okay. I'll just do descending order here. We will need the ones which are what do you say, highest at the top here. If that does not work, we can remove this and go with the, without any things. Looks like, this query didn't like it. I can remove this, and you can just process it again and go from there. So you can write such screens very easily with the Fintel here. I think they're good in short data. You could go with it. And look, we got here, these are the short squeeze candidates. And I can also do one thing. I can do a condition here. I can say short interest greater than 10%. Those are the good candidates here. I can just put a condition here, and I say short squeeze percentage greater than, let's say, 20% here. All right, there you go. Now if I just click on results here, now you get short squeeze candidates with short squeeze open interest greater than 20% here. Actually, we will say short interest float instead of short interest here. Let's go to float here. There you go. We want float, not the interest. All right, so this should get it here. Look, now we are getting the data, as you can see here. These guys are a little bit, they're in the little bit older world where they don't have, the screens where you can drag and drop. Instead, you have to write query like this. But it's a pretty good, information here. You could look at this and see if it interests you. You can't sort and so on and so forth here. Let's do one thing. Let's say 20. There we go. If we say 20 here, looks like short float percent is a number here. Look, now we get all the short data where short float interest is greater than 20%. I will try one more time order by. If that does not work, we'll call it quits and go into the detail here. All right, so look, it's working here. We got a short float, as you can see here, little screen here. It's very easy to write the query in Fintel. You need to know the language. If you're used to any of these Java or SQL, you can easily write it. You just enter the columns here, and you just write order by, like I'm saying. If you want to order by, voila, you got your short squeeze data here. And it tells you the short interest float, and you can make use of it. And what you can also do is you could if you don't know what columns, there is a good way to understand it. You could just say write some A or something and just say control and space. It will bring up everything starts with A. It's a good neat tool here. You could make use of it and go from there. So with this, what we'll do is we'll go into our data here and look at the detail. Look, I got here short squeeze candidates, as you can see here. I basically look at multiple data sources, as many of you know. I look at Finviz, Fintel, stock rover, bar chart, you name it. I look at multiple data sources just to make sure you got a good collection of data sources. So right now, what I've done is I have looked at the multiple data sources, and look, we got here two short squeeze data sources here. I got Finviz data source. This is the Finviz short squeeze here, and I got Fintel right here. So sometimes there is some different differences. That's why I like to look at two data sources. So this is sorted by Finviz short data. Look at the top, you got APRN or Blue Apron. As you can see here, Blue Apron has got high short ratio, 47%. And Fintel also, it's 42. As you can see, there is some variation, and borrow rate is 20. As you can see here, looks like short interest went higher by 14% recently. So that tells you shorts are still shorting the stock. That's why, as you look through here, we got insider selling going on, institutions also selling, as you can see here. And important thing is, look at the RSI here. RSI 14 days 29 and RSI 7 days 27. That tells you stock is still getting clobbered here. folks are shorting. The moment you see 14-day RSI is higher and 7-day RSI is lower, that tells you stock is getting weaker. And if you're into options, look, very high volatility, very high IV rank, as you can see here. This is not very active in the options market. Look, open interest is very low, 159K. And put call ratio is 0.12. That tells you, in the options market, folks are buying call options. That's why if you're a contrarian, you could buy some blue apron, but understand stock is very low dollar amount perspective. And as you scan through here, we got a short float. We got short, and as you look through here, we got short float also. In this year. Short float, as you look through here, we got short squeeze, and float is just 13 million shares float, not too much. So there's a chance this can go higher, but right now, as you can see here, stock is really didn't budge on Friday. It's 0% on Friday, but look, generally it's coming down. It's showing some signs of improvement, but generally stock is not doing much. And then you got MicroStrategy. Look, this stock has got clobbered with all this FTX and cryptocurrency debacle. So at this time, it's showing some strength here. As I look through here, let's come back here. All right, so at this time, MicroStrategy, look what's going on. We got MicroStrategy, and let's see here. So MicroStrategy, look, we got here stock price is just 183. For the folks who want to play options in the option market, you could look at this here. Stock price is a little bit higher, as you can see here. Two analysts are following it. It's a buy rating from analysts at this time here. Good institutional ownership. Folks who want to own crypto typically end up buying MicroStrategy, and insiders are buying. As you can see, a stock or clobbered, insiders are buying. Institutions are selling slightly, not too much, and they have about 501 million sales, which is not bad. And look, from a volume perspective, volume is coming down by 59% compared to 90-day volume. It's understandable. Everybody's going for a Thanksgiving vacation, and folks are not trading. That's why volume came down. That's why I dropped the volume filter, because Friday volumes are low as usual. Yesterday volumes are low, mainly because folks are not trading as much given it's a holiday weekend. And look, from a MicroStrategy perspective, look at RSI here. It's going from 43 to 49. That tells you this is getting stronger, which is a good story here. And look, IV rank is very low. That tells you if you're in the options market, you could buy call options. And because IV rank is low, that tells you you're not paying too much money. And look at the ATR. ATR tells you on a given day how much the stock can go higher. It looks at 14-day average. This stock can go up and down by $19. It's a good one for day traders to make some good money here. And look, from a put call ratio perspective, a lot of folks are buying put options. Put call volume ratio is high, and put call open interest ratio, which is looks at all the contracts held by customers, that's also relatively high. That tells you more folks are buying call options, so that's why put call ratio is high. All right, so as you look through this one here, look, we got stock going higher with the crypto trying to stabilize here. Stock is jumping up nicely. This has got more legs. You could if you are into crypto, or if you like MicroStrategy, it's a good one to buy. This can go higher as these crypto stocks are trying to go higher. All right, then we got a few more here. We got stocks like Beyond Meat, Carvana, so on and so forth here. As usual, keep a watch on insider buying. We got nice insider buying here. Looks like Carvana. Look, Carvana is there is a nice insider buy here. And look, Carvana also has a nice in last 7 days. Insiders are buying $1.2 million worth of share. That's why it could be a good one here. And as you look through here, RSI perspective, RSI is improving. In 14 days it's 37, but in last 7 day RSI it's 41. That tells you stock is improving here. It's at a rock bottom. Look, 7.97. So if you're a contrarian, you could buy some Carvana here. Look, we got nice amount of folks. Look, from an analyst perspective, if I go back here, we got 21 analysts following Carvana. That tells you this stock has got some analysts following. That's a good story. Analysts are saying buy. So at these levels here, you could buy some Carvana here. As I go back right here, look, we got Carvana right here. And look, Carvana, as you scan through here, we got short squeeze score is 79. That tells you there's a chance this can squeeze higher. And look at the gamma squeeze score here, 94. That tells you option market, there are a lot of people buying call options. That's why, you know, in next 7 days or so, there's a chance this can go higher. Because as and when you keep on buying call option, the market makers have to sell the call options. In turn, they have to hedge it and they have to buy stocks corresponding to the delta position here. That's why Carvana has got a lot of things going for it at these levels here. You could buy some Carvana here. As you scan through here, you've got a few more here. You know, keep a watch on insider buying, insider selling as usual here. We got a few more things here. Look, we got Allo. Allo looks like institutions are buying. That's a good story here. And look, this is getting stronger. Look at the RSI here, 57 to 69. That tells you stock is getting stronger. That's a good stock here. It's getting much stronger. That's a good one here. As you look through here, let's keep going. As you look through Allo here, look from a short squeeze perspective. We got Allo right here. And from a short squeeze perspective, look, we got a short squeeze score is 77. That's very good here. And look, stock is, it's got a nice 83 million float, not too bad. And if we keep going here, look, stock is showing some progress here. It's going higher in last couple of days, as you can see here. Even at these levels here, for me, RSI is slightly higher. I would slightly wait, but there's a chance this can go higher. It's a low dollar stock, just $10, as you can see here. And we got a few more here. Let's go back here. We got a few more, as you can see here. And we keep watching the analyst number of analysts covering. The more analysts covering, there is a good chance that stock is being followed by more analysts. That's always a good thing here. And look at the analyst recommendations here. When you see strong buy and buy, that tells you, these analysts are recommending you to buy the stock. It's a good data point to look at. And as usual, keep watch on insider buying and insider selling. We got insider transactions and we got institutional transactions. If you see some progress here, some greens, for example, VTNR, there is a green that tells you, hey, you know what, the institutions are buying here. Then you can take a look at RSI here. If RSI 14-day is less and 7 days more, that tells you it's getting stronger slowly. In this case, 55 to 58, it's getting stronger slowly. That's a good story here. And then you could look at other things like short squeeze and so on and so forth here. And as you can see here, we got still high short ratio and short interest is going higher, as you can see here. Then you could go to the right and look at how the stock is doing in last couple of days. That will give you a good idea. Look, as you look through here, we got short squeeze score. Look, nice short squeeze score. We are in VTNR, as you can see here. VTNR is going higher. Look, it's up 3.5%, 5.1%. You could, again, low floater, as you can see here. And you could take a look at such stocks here and you could look at them. I love when the stocks are slowly starting to go higher and still they got high short ratio and short squeeze score is relatively high. So with that, what we'll do now is we'll filter this out here and look at short squeeze score more than say 70 and gamma squeeze score more than 70 and look at some good candidates here. All right, so let's say more than 70. All right, let's also say gamma squeeze score more than 70. This will basically, ignore some stocks which are, let's start with this one here. All these stocks have got high short squeeze score. That tells you there's a good chance these stocks can go and squeeze and, burn those short sellers. Look, I love stocks like Marathon also at these levels here. Upstart again got clobbered, as many of you know here. BBBY and so on and so forth here. So what we can also do is we can also do one more filter here. Look at the gamma squeeze score here and say more than 70, and let's look at those candidates here. These could be good ones. You can take a look and see if we can participate in the short squeeze. As usual, look at the chart. Look, now we got the stock here, high short squeeze score, high gamma squeeze score, as you can see here. And from a short ratio perspective, still high short ratio, as you can see here. And look, from a 1 day, 5 day perspective, many of these stocks are improving slowly here. You could look at stocks like APRN or Blue Apron is a good one. And we got here Upstart slowly going higher on Friday. And we got a few more, as you can see here, trying to go higher. This is Blue. And we got a few more. We could take a look at such names here. And I also love when 1 day, 5 day or 10 day showing some improvement. So with this, we'll go back to trading view here and look at this short squeeze list here. Look, I created this short squeeze short list here, so we can take a look at this. Let's start with AppLovin. AppLovin, I think Fintel reported a very high short ratio, but Finviz did not. So if you see here, in a shorter term time frame, we got 30-minute chart on the left here. Look, this one is going higher in a 30-minute chart, as you can see here. But generally, if you look at 1 day chart, stock has been getting clobbered, as you can see here, and there is some semblance that stock can go higher. In these type of scenarios, you got to be a contrarian here, and you can take a small position, and you could also do some additional research by looking at the stock income statement. Look, from an income statement perspective, company still makes money, as you can see here. Then you can look at analyst recommendations. Analysts are saying buy. So if you're a long-term type, if you have a little bit longer-term horizon, you could put some money into AppLovin here and go from there. All right, then you got Carvana here. Carvana here. Look, Carvana is. Let's do one thing. On the right-hand side, instead of 1 day chart here, let's change it to say 1 hour, so we get a little bit. These are short squeeze candidate. You don't look at very high time frame here. Look here, when it comes to Carvana, Carvana had a nice run, as you can see here. Now it's trying to come down slightly. Look at the lazy bear indicator here. Lazy bear indicator is pointing downwards, so that tells you Carvana is taking a breather here. So I would wait you to I would love you to wait slightly, because the moment these bar tapers down, there's a chance it can come down as a red bar on the lower side here. That's not a good sign here. I would wait slightly on the Carvana. And for the folks who want to know how to add this indicator, you could just click on the backward slash on your keyboard. It will bring up this. You can just type in lazy. Look, we got a squeeze momentum indicator by Lazy Bear. You could add this one to your chart. It's a good one for shorter term investors or traders to really see how the market might be going. So look, if you're interested, TradingView has got a Black Friday sale here. You could use a free chart, but if you want to use two charts side by side, I recommend you to take a pro membership, which is still very low cost. And pro membership also lets you download the data from the scanner into your desktop. They give you a lot of data to download. You can do the analysis if you like, but because there is a Black Friday sale, I recommend you to take a look and see if you want to go for a membership or a subscription for the TradingView. And it's a good one. I always use TradingView because of the simplicity. All right, that's Carvana. Then we got REI. Look, REI stock is This one, look, in a lower time frame here, stock is trying to show some progress. Look, we got a red bar getting shorter, we got a green bar forming here that tells you there is a chance that this can go higher. And also look, in the longer term, in a 1 hour term, a 1 hour type time frame here, stock is slightly getting weaker. As you can see here, these bars are getting weaker. So at these times here, I would wait for a good support level. I would look for maybe a support level around, say, 2.5 or so, or if you look here, we got yeah, about 2.5 or so here. That's a good support level you can get to, because you don't want to get burnt. That's why always look at support resistance and go from there. All right, so we got few more here. Go EV, as you know, the insider is buying their stock. That's why stock went higher. Look, there's a nice gap up in Go EV, as you can see here. Now it's trying to fill the gap, as you can see here. And look, the momentum is fading, as you can see here. It can go a little bit lower. That's why I would wait slightly. If you want to buy, look for good support level. Look, in an hourly chart, we got around say around $1 or so is a good support level here. You could buy at those levels here. And then you got a few more here. You got Blue Apron. Use the same methodology here, so you get a good idea. You could see what's going on here. All right, so now what we'll do is look, Blue Apron, I like it. It's not getting tired. Look, lazy bear indicator is telling you it's going higher. And if you're in a 1 hour chart also, it's tapering and trying to go higher. This could be a good one here. You could look at Blue Apron. All right, next what we'll do is we'll look at few stocks in using my favorite options flow indicator, or a options flow tool, which is tradytics.com. So let's look at this. And here also there's a very good sale going on right now, Black Friday sale. Normally these options flow tools are very expensive, but right now they got a Black Friday sale going on, and you could, I will leave a link for you if you want to buy this tool here. You got a yearly subscription for about $41 or so per month. It's a great steal. I love this platform. It gives you a lot of information. So with that, let's look at few stocks here and look at what's going on here. So what I will do is I will start with for example, if you look at my chart here, look, let me go back. Yep, right here. All right, so look, we got Blue Apron, Carvana. If you look at Blue Apron, we could look at Blue Apron and see if it's worth buying here. Let me bring up Blue Apron. It's a very small stock. Typically, when the stock is very small, you don't see too much option flow here. Probably will not see, look, there is not too much option flow, not worth it. And then you could look into the stock here, and I'll put APRN, which is Blue Apron. And it brings up a nice chart here. I love the way they're bringing up this chart. And what we'll do is we'll say time frame here. I will say say 30 minutes just to look at the chart here. It will bring up about say 20 days or so in the chart. Look, from a Blue Apron chart perspective, stock is not doing well. It's languishing, as you can see here. Kind of trying to decide where to go. And one more thing I love to look through is really dark pool levels. You could look at dark pool here and say monthly dark pool levels, and it will bring up the monthly dark pool level. Look, from a dark pool level perspective, looks like there is some pressure going on here. Let's do one thing in the time frame. Instead of 30 minutes, let's change it to 15 minutes. That way we get a little bit better idea here. Look, from a dark pool perspective, let's add the dark pool level again. Look, we got some dark pool pressure going on here. We got some dark pool right here, 431K, and that can be a level where folks are a little bit this is a sale. That's why it's putting some pressure, and there is no other dark pool levels, as you can see here. And as you look through here, this also gives you some good short interest chart, as you can see here. Look, right now short interest is pretty stable, as you can see here. 2%. I would discount last Friday's data because that may not be a great one here. So it's telling you Blue Apron right now still stock, short flow is high, or short ratio is high, and there is some dark pool bid right here on a at about 1.1 here. And stock price is trying to decide where to go, as you can see here, and I think it will take some time to come up. So next what we'll do is we'll also look at a few more things here. Let's see in the options market. There is nothing much going on for this small stock here. APRN will not even it's not a big name in the options market. You would not see anything in the options summary. Look, there is nothing much here. And basically in the options market right now it's bullish, as you can see here, and net premium is not applicable. Algo flow is saying bearish, but there is no much data here. So let's go into a few of my favorite stocks here. I know many of you are interested. Let's look at GameStop here and give GME here. All right, GameStop it is. So look, GameStop stock perspective. Let's go into a say 15 minutes chart here. Look, we got a 15-minute chart in GameStop. You could look at dark pool levels on a monthly basis here. From a dark pool level perspective, look, there's a nice dark pool level at 27.8 here. That can pull the stock to that level here, and looks like there is a bearish dark pool activity, 2.37 million at 27.1. that could act as a resistance level. As you can see here, anytime it hit around 27, it came down. And then we got a good support level here at 26.3 here. That could act as a good support level here. That's what is going on right now. So I think it's trying to go into this support level, and even the next level here, 398, which is 26 here. This can also act as a support. Looks like we got some bearish dark pool activity going on around 26 and 27. Is trying to pull the stock to that level here. So if you stay above 26, there is a chance it can go higher, but looks like 26 is a big level for this one here, with some negative dark pool activity going on here. All right, so what we'll also do is we'll look at options activity here and see what's going on when it comes to GameStop from an option perspective. Let's bring up GameStop here. All right, from an options perspective, look, it's overall bullish, from an options market perspective. Look, right now, algo flow is also saying bullish. And if I go into the time frame, let's change it to 15 minutes time frame here, and you can see what's going on. Look, we got all these levels going on here, and we can also add some of these Greek levels here. My favorite Greek level is gamma. Let's try to add gamma Greek level here, and let's say all right. So look, we got 27 here. 27 is a big gamma level, as you can see here. So it will try to pull the stock towards the 27 level. That's how it's set up right now. With the stock right now, stock is at GameStop. Let's see here. It's about 26 or so, but there's a nice good chance it can reach 27. That's why there's a good gamma level here. And you could look at historical premiums. It kind of gives you a nice chart here. I like this here. And as you scan through here, my favorite thing is to look at open interest by strikes. As you look through here, look around 26, 27 here. Look, there is nice and high open interest around 30, as you can see here. And even at 237.5. Look at the open interest, huge open interest for GameStop here. And then you could look at a few more things here. Look, we got dealer Greeks build up here. Looks like look, folks are short. That's why the dealer delta is positive here. So dealer is really on a positive delta. As folks buy more and more call options, dealer has to hedge and buy. So that's why dealers are in a positive delta. So you got to be slightly careful when the dealers have got a lot of positive delta. When they unwind, they will sell their positions. That's why you got to be slightly careful here. All right, so there is nothing much going on here. I typically look at the GEX levels here, or gamma exposure levels. This is a good one to take a look at. Look, we got around 27, as you can see here. At 27, we got a high gamma exposure level that tells you, the stock can be pulled around. There's a magnetic effect around $27 here. At 27, stock will give a good support at around $27, as you can see here. So with that, let's look at one or two more here and go from there. All right, next let's look at BBBY. I know many folks love BBBY. Let's bring up BBBY. Look, BBBY, let's go into a 15 minutes time frame here. All right, and let's look at dark pool activities, and let's say monthly, and there you go. Look, BBBY looks like right now, in the stock market perspective, look, we got P ratio negative, gross profit is positive. That's a good story. As you look through here, stock is trying to make a move. Right now, off late, it's a little bit negative, as you can see here. And look, there is a positive dark pool activity for $497,000 here at 3.8, as you can see here. And we got 3.75. There's a negative 3.8. Look at this negative dark pool here, 1.13 million dark pool. That's a negative here. And we got negative dark pool at 3.3. That's why stock is struggling here. A lot of negative dark pool here. That's what is going on here. The folks are really selling some of these in the dark pool here. That's why it's taking some time for this to go higher. All right, let's now go into the option flow. Before I go into BBBY, let's go into GameStop quickly here and look at the live option flow. If you look at GameStop from a live option flow perspective, look, we got a nice premium here, 36K, 37K, 30K, and these are buys. As you can, these two are clearly buy. There's a sweep going on here on 11.25 that tells you this person or this institution is desperate to buy, regardless of the price. That's why it's a sweep order to buy, and they're buying GameStop when the stock price is at 26.79. They're buying a 25 call option here by paying 37K. That's a good amount here. And we also have one here, somebody's doing call option at strike 30 here. It's a 12.16. This may be a this we can't tell. It's undecided because we cannot clearly articulate whether it's buy or sell, but it's again a big one here. By looking at 30, I'm guessing this could be either buy or sell. You can't conclusively say. And the last one is again a buy here. Somebody's buying December 12 call option here. As you can see here, December 16th call option, and they're paying good amount of money. That tells you there is some positiveness going on in GameStop at this level. All right, so if you turn attention to BBBY here, let's go into BBBY. All right, so BBBY, as you can see here, this I always love to look at option flow. It gives you some second level of validation to see what's going on. Sometimes you don't know when these big whales are pulling some carpet or rug under your feet. Look, these big folks are really buying here. We got a 2 call buying going on here, and strike price 5 and 7, as you can see here. And stock is at around 3.25 or 3.27. They're buying a higher strike price call option, and they're putting some 49K, 80K premium here to buy this. That tells you in the option market, look, even though Friday is a short day, they bought these 2 call options, both sweep. Regardless of the price, they're buying this call option, and they're expiring, look, 2024. These folks are long term, as you can see here, and this is 2023 February. So at a little bit longer term here, there's a bullishness in BBBY. You could play along with these guys and go from there. All right, so you could also look at the option flow here in BBBY. All right, so I think we already looked at the dark pool here. Look, from a option flow perspective, I love to look at the these gamma exposure levels here. Look, we got 3.5 here, a little bit higher gamma exposure level. This can act as a magnet here and pull the stock around 3.5 level or so here, and that's why it's always when you see a high gamma exposure, especially if it's more than say 0.3 or 0.4, that can be good, act as a good support level here, or pull the stock toward that level here. For this one here, a little bit lower gamma exposure, but it can still pull the stock around 3.5 levels for BBBY. All right, so we did GameStop and BBBY. We could look at stocks like a few more stocks here. Let's look at let's see, we did BBBY, GameStop. Let's see here, we could look at Carvana and see what's going on in the Carvana in the option market. All right, let's look at the Carvana here, CVNA. Look, Carvana right now is the bearish. Look at the overall flow here, bearish. And look, we got one bullish sweep going on here for around look, premium is around $40,000, as you can see here. But there is a lot of put going on here. Look, there is a lot of negative things going on. That's why Carvana right now, unless you're a speculator, because there is a lot of this negative sweep going on here, put buying going on, I would stay away from Carvana for now, for shorter term here. But if you're a longer term, you could put some money, but a lot of negative sentiment in Carvana. That's why I would stay away from Carvana at this time here. All right, let's look at one or two more here. We got a few more going on. We got Asana, Editas. Editas is one of my favorite stock of late here. This one is getting clobbered, as you can see here. If you have a longer term horizon, you could look at Editas also here and go from there. Look, Editas, let's see what's going on here. Editas, look, from an RSI perspective, Editas is getting stronger from 59 to 63. And as I go forward here, look, Editas, look, it's trying to improve off late here. Look, it's trying to go, let's see here, it's down off late here. You could look at stocks like Editas here and go from there. I would bring up Editas here. This one is not very active in the options market. That's why you don't see much here. All right, so if we look at one or two more and stop here, and look, we got Tattooed Chef, very low price stock. Upstart, let's look at Upstart and conclude. I'll bring up Upstart here. Look, Upstart perspective, we got a call option here. Look at the amount. We got about 31k premium here in this call option, and we got few put options, as you can see here, and few call options. If you look at the overall flow here, it's a bearish overall flow here. So that's why you got to be contrarian to invest in this one at these levels here, being overall flow being negative. Then I would look at option activity here. Want to look at the GEX level here, and let's bring up UPST, Upstart. All right, so overall flow is bullish, as you can see here in the option market, and there's not too much going on here in Upstart. From a volume perspective, it's not too much in the options market. So with that, we'll conclude here. In summary, I would say always look at multiple data sources when it comes to short interest here. I typically look at two sources, both Finviz as well as Fintel, and always look at the chart and look at the support levels. And to get the validation, look at option flow tool like TradyTix as an example. What I will do is I will leave a link for you. There is a good Black Friday sale going on. If you're interested, you can check it out. Both these tools, for example, TradyTix, it's got a 15-day trial period. You could check it out in the 15-day trial period. If you like it, you can subscribe for this Black Friday sale. And even TradingView, for example, it's a very low price. You could take a look at that one too. And again, Finviz is a good source for easily scanning. You could take a look at that one too. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.